Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mark Loeffler Experience. Well, you guessed it. It is National Home Statistics time. What is going on with Canadian real estate all over the map right now? I mean, let's dive into it. Still don't understand why it takes 15 days to get this information, but if anybody does work for CREA and or some of these organizations that can't get their crap together, 1 or 2 days into the month, just let me know. Comment down below, reach out to me. I'd love to hear what the reason is. Home sales declined month over month 3% in January. So there's 3% less sales from December into January. December was actually a pretty good month, and obviously it's 37.1% below last January because, well, last January was stupid and everything that listed basically sold. And there wasn't that many listings last January, and that price went up 10% that month. Number of newly listed properties rose month over month, so there is more available options out there. So here's a good thing. Home price index declined by 2% month over month, so that means it was 2% cheaper to own a house in January than it was in December. And it's 12.6% cheaper to own a house today than it was a year ago. So, I mean, that's always good news, right? That takes into account interest rates and all that fun stuff. Actual, not seasonally adjusted, national average sales price posted 18.3% year over year decline in January. Now, nationally, I expect that number to hit the 25-ish% mark, maybe, when we do this on March 15th. Home sales, they edged back down 3% from December to January. We heard that. That's fine. Obviously, there's gains in Hamilton, Burlington, Quebec, which we're seeing right now. We're seeing more homes selling in Hamilton and Burlington, but it was, there's declines in Vancouver, Victoria, Edmonton, Calgary, and Montreal. Here's the thing. This is pretty typical because, I think, well, December wasn't as bad, but they had some pretty bad weather in January, and it's tough to sell homes when there's a foot of snow and it's minus 30 out. Nobody wants to go see them. So number of transactions were 37.1% below the second best January ever. It's the lowest January sales figure since 2009. So that is, that's dramatic. That is really dramatic that we haven't seen this sales activity since 2009. I mean, I can just tell you in this area though, that we're seeing a bit of a resurgence. I mean, we're pricing things at what we think is market or maybe a little bit over, and we're getting 4 or 5 offers on them. I mean, this is in the first-time home buyer category, 600 to 800,000, and things are selling quick. We're selling stuff in 2 to 4 days again. So if you're out there looking, just make sure you know what you're doing, right? A lot of these are coming in at firm offers. So if you haven't sold your home yet, or you have issues or whatever that is, then you're probably gonna miss out on this buying opportunity. So obviously, the chair of CREA, Jill Udall, everyone's mind. This is why you're watching this video, Mark. What will Mark say about what's going to happen? What will housing markets do in 2023? And she's basically hedging her bets, saying we'll have to wait for a couple months. Well, then that wouldn't be a prediction if you wait a couple months. I'm going to make my prediction. I think we're going to be flat on home prices this year. I think interest rates are going to level off. I predicted again that they were going to do another quarter point in March. If inflation stays sticky, they might do another one in April, May, or June. And I don't think we're going to see a decline this year. Again, I've said that, but I think we're going to be pretty overall we're going to be neutral. Relatively up or down in some markets. Some markets are going to do really well. The East Coast seems to have hit the bottom and is coming back up. I mean, 6% interest rates don't matter as much when you're buying, your average sale price is $250,000. it matters more when your average sale price is $1.2 million. It's a hell of a lot harder to buy a $1.2 million home with a 6% interest rate than a $250,000 home. So basically they're saying early 2023 feels a lot like 2019, where after a year in which it became much harder to qualify for a mortgage, everyone was wondering if the market would pick up in the spring. So they're kind of expecting maybe the spring market, and we're kind of seeing that too. It's ramping up, at least in our area, Burlington, Hamilton. And with the Bank of Canada increasingly signaling that the rates are at the top, it's possible the spring market could also surprise, particularly in areas where prices have been stable or are now stabilizing. So when we go through those numbers at the first of the month in the ITSO areas, like you can see that, right? You can see the curve and you can see what's going on with them. I mean, it'd be nice if CREA did all that too, because it wouldn't be that hard to have all the data. But anyways, we digress. Nationally, inventory is 4.3 months, which is coming back into a balanced market nationally. Aggregate composite MLS HPI sits 15% below its peak. Prices are down more from their peak in places in Ontario and some parts of BC, and down by less elsewhere, like Calgary, Regina, Saskatoon, St. John's. They're barely off the prices or are still up year over year. All right, let's get into the map, what everybody loves. Where should we start? Should we start on the West Coast this time? Let's start on the West Coast. Let's just see Greater Vancouver. So Greater Vancouver is actually weathering this storm pretty nicely. I mean, it's down 6.6% year over year as of right now. I don't know if that's true. My Vancouver realtors, comment down below. Is CREA facts actual? I mean, they should be, right? They definitely should be. Let's check out Victoria. Down only 1.3%. But again, you notice the average sale price is less. I don't know. That's a pretty sticky market, if you're asking me. Let's check out Calgary. Calgary's still up 6.1% year over year, which, I mean, the quadrupling of interest rates or more, like that's a sticky market. Edmonton down 3.6%. As you might know if you've watched these videos, I might have a few things in Edmonton, so let's go Edmonton. Grand Prairie up 4.1%. Let's see, Fort Mac, that was getting crushed, down 15%. Might be the time. Medicine Hat up 6.8%. So mainly Alberta's doing well. It's really Edmonton and Fort Mac that have seen, Edmonton, slight price declines, where Fort Mac has seen major price decline. Check out Saskatoon, up 1.7%. So they're really bucking the trend out west. Moose Jaw, 2.2%. I'm sure mainly that's going to be the case. Let's check out Regina, down 1%. Basically, it's flat. Hey, there's a joke in there. Saskatchewan being flat. I'll let you make it. All right, Winnipeg down 8.5% year over year. I'm going to come back to the Ontario markets. I'm just going to come back. St. John's probably up, 5.4%. Let's see, Halifax. Halifax still up 5.4%, so I don't know what they're talking about, but it's probably coming off their bottom. And I would hazard to guess, if there was a chart of Halifax, that those prices have probably doubled in the last 3 years. You could probably buy something in Halifax for $250, $300 3 years ago. An average sale price. Cape Breton's beautiful. Let's go golfing out there again, John. St. John, New Brunswick, 5.4%. I mean, it's pretty much the tail of the tape, but they don't move the needle, right? They just don't move the needle because there's just not enough sales. Quebec's down 2.7%. Quebec City, let's check out Montreal, down 5.5%. I mean, it's a decent decline, but not anything really to write home about. We forgot PEI, our good friends in PEI, up 3.7%. So you guys are weathering the storm. So pretty much this is, Ontario-specific housing crash right now. But, I mean, it was very much an Ontario-specific housing boom December, January, February of last year. York region, 16%. Woodstock, 17%. Who's going to win? Windsor, only down 2.4%. All of my friends investing in Windsor, you guys have done super well out there. Toronto, 14.2%. And Toronto feels kind of strong right now. I'm seeing multiple offers there again right now as well. Timmins is still up 13.7%. All you northern guys, let's see, Sudbury down 12%. Ooh, Thunder Bay's down 18%. So not all north. It's pretty funny. Like it's, your neighbor 6 hours to the north isn't crushing it as well as you. Like it's just Sault Ste. Marie. See, like you come 6 hours south, and you get a 3.7% increase rather than a 15% decrease. All right, let's get into southwestern Ontario. Down 10.3, which obviously isn't bad. They had a huge. They were one of the leaders in year-over-year price growth. Ottawa, again, down 10%. Down 10%, I'm saying not bad. I know. It's ridiculous. 16% for Quinte. Kawartha Lakes, 13.1. Oakville, Milton. Oh, we forgot Peterborough. Oakville, Milton, 21%. Whew. Might be time for me to buy something. Who knows? North Bay, 8.2. Obviously, some of these lower price markets, again, like we talked about, aren't as affected as much as something like Oakville, Milton, which, I mean, you saw the average price point was 1.5. Now it's 1.2. Like, that's a big drop. I mean, the price drop they've had, they could have bought one of those houses outright for that. Oh, London's down 22%. Good on you for the people who sold into that boom. Niagara, 17.5. Only down 9.4. It's been a super strong market there. Kitchener-Waterloo, down 23.7. Ooh, I think we have a winner so far. Let's see. Let's check out Hamilton-Burlington. Not only down 20. Again, I think these areas are going to be down 30-35% next year, or next month when we look at them. Guelph, only down 16%, not like its neighbor, down 23%. Durham, ooh. So far the winner of Durham, 24.4%. Okay, comment down below, is that number going to 40? Are we going to see a 40% decline year over year from February to February? I don't know. Again, Durham and Peterborough were like Durham was the fastest growing region during COVID. Like people were moving there in droves. What's going on there now? Obviously they're not moving there right now. Let's check out Cornwall. Well, down 11%. Brantford, down 22.8, which when you 22.8 is a big number. But when you got, 25% on Durham, not so big. And Barrie, down 17.7. Oh, that's Brandon, Manitoba. Whoops. And, oh, look at that. Bancroft still up 4.6%. There are markets in Ontario that are still up. Again, they're super small and don't move the needle overall, which is why Ontario is probably down 20% or more year over year. That is it for today. That is your national housing update. And again, nationally, I think we're going to level out. Obviously, we're going to see some bigger falls coming February over February. Other than that, I think, I don't know. It feels like we're bottoming out in some markets. At least the markets that I'm in and that I'm working in. I don't know about other markets, so comment if you're working in a certain area. Comment down below. Let me know what you're finding in those areas, and I want to learn that too, because obviously I can go through these stats, but they don't tell me everything. All right, guys, if you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate, definitely reach out to me. I'm happy to help you, or my team is. That's in Southwestern Ontario or Alberta for multifamily. Thanks again, everyone. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.